But now you see it, and then you look at what they're doing, and you're like, oh, you motherfuckers. Y'all trying to pull a fast one on me.
You're not even trying to hide it anymore, man.
I was like, what are you guys doing with your lives that you can comment 130 times on one of my posts? Are you kidding me?
He goes into a crab walk, and I believe his ass or something or his back opens up, and he births another version of himself.
What are we talking about, bro?
Definitely Roe v. Wade.
Yeah, that's fucking retarded.
Man, I swear there was some other shit going on. What?
Nothing. It's just hilarious. Like, it's hilarious, but it's not at the same time because it almost proves the point that fucking all politicians and people are just racist cucks.
That don't get no pussy.
No, it's like, because, so there was a book that came out a while ago. I think it was in like the 80s or 90s or 80s or something like that. Anyways. But basically it was saying how white people will become the minority by 2042 or some random. Of course, it was the olden days, so nobody actually spoke in true factual numbers, which is why they thought we'd have flying cars in 2015. That's bullshit. Anyways, I'm just saying, it took, 1,000 years to invent the car? Mm-hmm. Like, you think we're going to get flying cars in faster time? It's not going to happen. But anyways, but they were saying, basically, but once that happens, then white people won't control the majority, and now it will not be a white man's land.
That's going to be fun to see.
And then, of course, they went through the options of what you could do. And then the last option is over 60% of aborted babies in the U.S. are from white women. If we can take that 60% away and take away abortion, then we become the majority, and we don't have to worry about it. Conspiracy, but it's like, if it's true, you fucking cucks.
That is
like, you bitches.
That's one of the most racist shit I've ever heard.
That's what I mean.
What the fuck?
But now you see it, and then you look at what they're doing, and you're like, oh, you motherfuckers. Y'all trying to pull a fast one on me.
You're not even trying to hide it anymore, man.
Like, that's my thing. You can't take, like, you have to disguise it better if you're going to take shit that's right out of a book.
Yeah.
Like, you legit are somebody read that and they're like, oh, yeah, that's right, we could do that. I don't know who it was, but
it was somebody.
You got to think about that. They just read that shit and they're like, oh,
that could work.
That could work. All right. All righty, here we go.
Done. Jesus.
That's the thing. I don't know, man. Like I said, we're not doing intros, so I'll just cut this into where it needs to be. But it's just, it's just hilarious to me. Like, it's hilarious to me to see the people who are against it. Because you just, not against, how do I say this? I feel like I just got caught in a cancel trap.
Get it. You'll get it.
You know what I'm trying to say, though? Like, it makes me laugh to see the people who are supporting the decision, but are against, and they're, like, coming out with all this stuff. And I'm like, wow, y'all sound fucking retarded. Like,
they don't have to
I'm like, this is one of those times where I'm like, no, stop, white people. Stop what you're doing.
Shut your mouth.
No, stop posting. Just get off your phone. Delete Facebook for a while. Things will die down. Just stop.
You're going to fuck yourselves.
A lot of people that I've seen come out and post shit, I'm like, oh, no, don't do that. No, they're coming for you now.
You are going there, boy.
It's just hilarious. Like, the people that I see argue that, it's like, bro, once again, if you're a dude, you shut the fuck up forever. We only talk about it because it's, topics. But that's the thing is, I can share what I would like to have happen, but I also don't have a uterus, so I ain't got no room to talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think it's different when it comes to guys supporting it.
No, I'm saying I support it, but I'm not gonna, to me, it's just, I support it in the fact of, that's y'all's shit.
Yeah.
Like, like, to me, supporting it is letting them handle it. Like, this is your guys' shit. Y'all handle it. Like, I say go freaking protest and shit. Like, why not? Everybody else is.
I don't know how far I don't know how effective
Like I
protest
said,
is,
I mean,
but
and
it
they're
does
doing
some
it right now, but I mean, the problem is when you have politicians who just don't care anymore. Because I know that that's the thing. That's what electing Biden showed, that we weren't willing to pick the best candidate. And I'm not saying Trump is, but we weren't willing to pick the best candidate over who we thought could beat Trump.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, to me, when I listen to Bernie Sanders talk, now I'm not, once again, I'm not in a socialist, communist shit. I think there is a balance that we could have between socialism and capitalism that no one seems to ever talk about, which is fine, which is in all reality brings up the concept of universal basic income, which was who started that? Who started that talk in the United States? Martin Luther fucking King.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, and that's he was talking about for black people, but I think in general, like I've always said that I'm totally supportive of having a baseline for everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how we would get it done. Don't get me wrong. I'm not the smartest person, so I don't know how we would financially get it done. But if everybody, like, think about it, just think about this, right? There's a person that I know that does commission work, right? They got this crazy high commission, right? Off of this deal. No, we're not saying names, because you know who it is too. But, right? And I had the statement of, my family has never made that in a year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in 10 years, sometimes, for some stretches, you know what I mean?
Right.
And that's what I'm saying is, if we all started, like, let's say everyone started with government help, or whatever you want to call it, financial stimulus, or whatever you want to call it, I don't care. But if everybody started at, like, let's say every household is, you start out at $30,000 a year. That's going to be enough cap that if you're working, you can still afford to live and be comfortable. But that if that's all you want to do is work a minimum wage job, you can do that. Because that's the thing. I think, but from that, if people want to go and be the Jeff Bezos or the Elon Musk, they can still go make all that money.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's where I'm saying, like, if everybody started at a baseline, and then at the baseline, now you can choose how far you take it or how little you do, then we're all great. You know what I mean?
But yeah,
because think about it, a lot of crime that happens
that offer
is
an
based
incentive
in
not
poverty.
to work, though.
Huh?
That offer an incentive not to work, though.
Well, and that's the thing is, if you want to be a bum that lives on $30,000 a year, that's great. Be a bum. Once again, and that's just a bum in our eyes. You can do a lot with $30,000 a year.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. People
But
then
that's
don't have motivation.
Exactly. But that's where some companies will die off, but it's going to happen eventually anyways. So why don't we at least protect the people that are going to get laid off when that happens?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, because eventually the Walmarts, the Costcos, all these big companies, shopping malls, all this kind of stuff, small businesses are going to be non-existent.
Yeah.
Like mom and pop shops, I guarantee in 20, 30 years, there won't be any. There won't be any left.
Yeah.
And that's what
Big
sucks. And that's what I'm saying is, like, if big corporation, if we can see that, and it's not to any fault, it's just the fact that they can get the most stuff in one place that you don't have to go to 7 different stores to get. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's, like I said, that's not a fault of the small businesses. I wish that they could stay open, but they probably won't just because they can't offer the same amenities.
Right.
But that's where, if universal basic income comes in, let's make these big corporations fucking pay for it. That's part of their taxes. It's the universal basic income tax, where on your guys' income, you have to pay for such and such, or you have to give such and such amount of money every year, or whatever. And if that covers everybody,
Perfect.
Then at least the mom and pop shops that you're pushing out will be gone. Like, they won't go bankrupt and, like, lose everything and be homeless.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, they'll at least be able to keep their house going for a little while they try and find something else to do, or even if they can't afford it, if they've paid off their house and now they're just chilling. And $30,000 a year, like I said, if you don't really have a lot of bills, $30,000 a year, you could stretch that far.
Right.
Like, far, far.
Yeah.
Or even if you made it in, so let's say 36. Because that would be what, a month? Because I was trying to do it by 12.
3,000.
So you get 3,000 a month from the government. That's plenty. Like, I could make 3,000 stretch.
Right.
Like, stretch. And I have bills like crazy.
Especially, people that like have struggled with money, so they know how to.
Exactly. And that's the thing is people who are bad with money, and this is kind of fucked up to say, but people like me who like to spend money, if you give us money, well, trust we're going to spend it. Like, that just goes back into the economy, and now the economy doesn't ever crash.
Yeah.
But then inflation goes up, and then you just have to keep giving us more and more, and then the world will end, and no one will care what money is.
So we're just a small speck doing fucking nothing insignificant.
See, that's the fucked up part about money, though, is that the world runs on money. So you can't, like, there are people who do it, but you can't just live a comfortable life with no money.
Unfortunately.
That's what sucks, is we put so much value into these little paper things that are supposed to represent some value. Think about how crazy that is. When you think of the concept of money, that's why a lot of people say that's why the Indians were easier, not Indians, Native Americans, sorry.
Jesus, you're dead.
I'm canceled. It's fine. I've been canceled like 8 different times, so it's okay.
Racking them up.
Just racking them up. Just waiting for the day,
Tally
and then
mark.
once it happens, I'll just be a Dave Chappelle, and I'll be like, peace, I'm going to Africa.
Fuck all you. Yeah. We out.
But, what was I saying?
How Native Americans made it easier.
A lot of people make the joke of that's why Native Americans were easier to take over than other places, because they were like, what is money? Money doesn't mean anything. And then, like, same thing, like, you guys think you can own land? You don't own land. What's wrong with you? Land is just there. You don't own it. What's wrong with you people? That's what I mean. Like, when you think about the law, like, if you really, like, just break down money and ownership and all that kind of stuff, it's like, I mean,
weird. Like,
think about, like, your car, right? You think you own your car. Somebody could come by, jack your car right now. Guess who owns that car now?
That person.
They do.
It's a sad thing.
That's what I mean. Like, it doesn't actually mean anything, but we put so much value into it.
Yeah.
Like, we're like, we have to own this, and we have to, get this. And we have to get this certain dollar, and it's like, for what?
Doesn't matter. You're gonna be dead one day.
For what?
Shit won't matter.
We're gonna be we're all maggot food one day. So,
jeez,
that's where like I don't care. This is why I say. This is one of the reasons why I'm saying it, because like with the podcast, I don't care as much about making millions. I care about getting the outreach of the good things that I'm trying to do in life. You know what I mean?
Leaving the mark you're going for.
Exactly. I don't want to leave the world like untouched. Because that's everybody in my family has been like that, except for, of course, in their groups, because they're all excel in their groups. But like, none of my family is known nationally. Nobody like I don't even have a famous family member. Like, my entire family is basically a line of people who achieved, but they never took it to the level they wanted to. That makes any sense. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm like, nah, I'm going to be... Me and my brother have this conversation all the time. And I'm like, Johnny, I'm going to be the one. And he's like, I know, me too. And that's why we work so well together, because, like, I'm not trying to have my kids grow up the way that I did.
Mm-hmm.
Like, fuck that.
No.
Like, don't get me wrong, I loved my life growing up. I loved because my family was there, didn't have any responsibilities because I was a fucking kid, right?
Right.
But it was rough. Like, when I look back at some of the shit and some of the fucking food that we used to make, it's fucking rough. Like, you know how, because I loved freaking ham and cheese sandwiches, like grilled ham and cheese sandwiches, right? But we were too broke to afford ham. So I had to make bologna and cheese sandwiches. Grilled cheese sandwiches. Let me tell you something. It doesn't taste good.
It's not the same.
But the key to bologna, though, is taking off the strip. The edge.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. If you can get that edge to come off perfectly, and then if you cook it, it's okay. It's not the worst thing in the world.
I'm sure it's better than... Wait, is it the same meat as Spam?
No, Spam has, honestly, a little bit more flavor. Yeah. That's the sad part.
I can't remember the last time I ate Spam.
Dude, bro, Spam was another one, too.
Yeah.
Like, you're hungry, crack open a can of Spam, put it in the fucking pan.
Vienna sausages? Like, you ever had those?
Oh, yeah. But that's the thing, we couldn't even afford that. I'm talking, because my, like, I think most my mom probably ever made in a year was maybe 25 to 30,000, maybe, and that's on the high side.
Jeez.
And that's where I'm saying, like, we survived and we made it, but we had a lot of help too.
Yeah.
And that's where, like I said, I can never shit on the church completely because they're the ones who got me through life. In all reality, like I wouldn't have eaten if the church wasn't around in the storehouse and all that kind of shit. But that's why I can't eat another one. I tell Alicia all the time. I tell her because, like, we used to have these. It was either beef stew or chili. It was either a beef stew can or a chili can that you'd open and put in a bowl, mix it up, and microwave it, and that was your dinner.
That's a delicacy to me, man. I love chili.
It was until you eat it every day for like 4.5 years straight.
Yeah, you can see
And
it.
now I want to throw up every time I look at a can.
Yeah, I hear that.
I just see the label and I'm like, ugh. Oh God,
All the trauma just flowing.
bro.
back
Because
in.
you'd open, especially with the beef stew, you'd open it and pour it in, and you'd just see these fat chunks, just these big,
Yeah, with
fat
chili, it's
white
still in
chunks.
the shape of the can, and
And it
just
was just-
slowly. Oh, you have to fucking. Oh,
You gotta like finger the chili.
who's a good,
You're like,
good
who's a
chili
good-
can?
Who's a good chili can? And then it would just like, and you're like, oh yeah.
Fallout for that. What the fuck, man? Yeah.
Or
mean,
fucking Bishop Storehouse granola.
God, fucking
You
tell
remember
me
that shit?
about it. You had their powdered milk?
No, I've had canned milk though.
All right, canned milk.
Bro, canned milk is fucking nasty.
Yeah. This powdered milk, it tastes like white water.
Milk and tin just doesn't go well together. And then when you have it sitting on a shelf for like, 6 months,
Ugh.
yeah, it's rough. It's nasty, bro.
Their chocolate milk and chocolate ice cream though. Those
Yeah, but that's because they would get it from the creamery down in Provo, from BYU.
Where's gas?
Everything else they would make in a factory.
Yeah, they got some nasty.
Or freaking the no honey nut Cheerios.
yeah,
the
flavorless
Toastios.
ass. Those just those
The fucking
bland
Toastios.
circles. Like, me like it.
Bro, we used to beg my mom to even go to the store and get like something that had some kind of sugar or something. 'Cause it was granola and fucking Toastios, and she's like, "Nope, you can't afford it."
It's like, damn it.
Like, Mom, I just want some. Can I get some like mini spooners even? Like some generic shit. I just want a big bag of something.
Back to the handful of flavorless circles.
Nah,
Damn.
bro, we used to dump sugar.
Really?
That's the only way you could make them taste good. Is you take the sugar, because the sugar would come in like the round things, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you open it and then you just do this over the entire top and then stir it up. And that's
Quick
and then every once in a while you get a bite where it was just sugar and like one Cheerio, and you'd be like, "Oh God,
Yeah, man.
You're like, "That's delicious. That's just sugar."
That's the best thing. Man, I took middle class life for granted. I took it all for granted when I was a little kid, and up until my dad lost his job.
Oh shit, I'm kidding. All right, I was laughing and then I started joking.
God damn.
Oh God! All right. Anyway, what middle class life?
I took it all for granted. Once my dad lost his job, when we lived in Texas, and we had to move back in Utah. That's when our financial life just went downhill, and I just joined the poor folks.
Bro, ain't nothing wrong with po folks.
No,
I love po folks.
we're the best. We know how to get by.
I love it because they don't bullshit. Because when you're always in survival mode, you don't have time for nonsense.
Yeah.
I told Alicia that. I said, you have to understand right now, I feel defeated as a person, so I'm in survival mode.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in this mode where I'm not going to tolerate bullshit,
Yeah.
but I'm also not going to put myself in situations that are going to force me to tolerate bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
And that's what, like, being poor, like, if you really want to know if somebody fucks with you, wait till they're poor. Because that's when you'll know if they fuck with you or not.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they're poor and you are coming with a bunch of bullshit, they will never hit you up. Ever.
Yeah, that's right, man. Rich people, they got no idea who the real
Exactly.
people are.
Well, because once again, you have half the friends that are around for the money.
Yeah.
Then you have the other half that hate you, another fourth that hate you, but they're too pussy to say it because they're rich people. And rich people don't like causing problems.
Debatable.
Rich people don't like causing physical problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Like I think I kind of look at like my racism towards white people, and I think it's less towards white people and more towards rich people.
Yeah.
Like that snobby shit. I can't stand that. Snobby shit, like in any aspect. Like even like this, I fucking hate these people. Like fucking Ben Shapiro and people like that, where they just like their whole living is on just sunning people.
The liberals are fucking idiots.
Dude, shut the fuck
And
up.
it's like, bro, hey, where was the other 15 kids that got up and probably asked you really smart shit that you didn't have an answer for?
Yeah.
But then you post the one clip where you sun somebody,
Yeah.
where you completely dunk on some fucking college freshman that took one liberal arts class and now thinks that they know about politics.
You think that's happened? You think there's been cases
yeah,
where he's
bro.
hasn't posted footage because he
Bro,
got
that's
fucked?
the thing. All of it is fake. That's why I don't fuck with the right either.
Yeah.
The left, at least, like, they don't even try and hide their bullshit anymore. It's like, they're just like, yeah, we're fucking stupid. It's fine.
Kinda dumb.
Like,
They own up to it though. The right,
they don't own up to it. But then the right just thinks, like,
they're too prideful.
no, they think they're so fucking smart. And I'm like, yo, y'all are fucking retarded. Like, half the shit you guys bring up. Like, who's that other fucking guy? Now, I've heard that he actually is doing it just because it's the show. But it's the fucking, it's not Hannity. It's the other dude.
What does it look like?
Tucker something.
Tucker Carlson.
That motherfucker. Like, when I watch clips of his, and he's like, yeah, so tell me why do you think that Democratic cities are struggling so much financially?
Fuck, so
And it's like, will
annoyingly.
you shut the fuck up and just ask the fucking question normally?
Yeah.
Like, I understand if you want to ask that question. It's still a dumb question. But I understand if you want to ask it because, you know, I get it. This is your show. But
Right.
to ask it in a way that it just seems like you're like, you just think you're talking down to somebody. I'm like, nah, I'm cool.
You're just a
Yeah,
dumbass.
fuck y'all.
Yeah.
But then liberals act like the kid who does something bad. And then it's like, what? I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything.
How so?
Like fucking, or they just, it's that stuff, but then it's also, I can't think of any examples for that, but I remember thinking that about certain things. But like, another example is they'll do stuff that they think they're helping, and then it's white people shit. When you think that you're doing something that's meaningful or anything like that,
Yeah.
that's going to affect the situation in some way, and you just look fucking dumb. Like, you remember 2020 when the whole George Floyd thing was going down?
Right.
And they did like the kneeling with the Kunta Kinte cloths. And it was like, what are y'all doing? Hey, how about instead of taking a knee and posing for a picture, why don't you actually write some laws in that sends these racist fucking cops to jail?
Yeah. Like all the white blonde girls that would like write "I can't breathe" on their necks.
Exactly.
And
It's like,
you're doing.
but that's
a
the
lot.
thing. They're not, I'm saying y'all are politicians.
Yeah.
Like, what are y'all doing? No, don't take the knee. Fucking do something.
Right.
Like,
Actually, make a difference, dude.
that's what I mean. Like, you have the power. You're the ones that have the power. And now even more. They control the Senate and they control the White House. So y'all have the power to get shit done in this aspect. Yet nothing's getting done.
Too stupid to do it.
And that's where I'm saying, that's one of those times where they're like, well, we didn't do anything wrong. And it's like, but you did.
By not doing
By
anything.
not doing anything, you did something wrong.
You dumb
By
shits.
thinking that posing for a picture would mean more than actual fucking change,
dipshit. Fuck
you're
that.
dumb.
Yeah, that's.
I think the right gets a bad look, though, sometimes. I think Trump just totally destroyed their image.
I think they do that to themselves.
No, I think this is my thing. I always tell my mom this. I say the problem is that the reasonable conservatives are not the ones who are active on social media and shit. It's all the extreme bitches.
Yeah.
And so that's what everybody sees, and that's what you only think of when you think of right. You think of these extremist, redneck, racist cucks.
Well, the same case can go
You
for
know.
anything. Like when
But same
people
thing
make
for
fun
liberals.
of liberals, like the
Exactly.
fat chick with dyed hair that just screams.
That's not liberals. That's lesbians.
Fuck up. All right, fine. The dude that wears like a
Just-
furry butt plug and like. I don't
Once
know,
again, that's not liberals. That's just gay.
bitch, shut the fuck up.
Or it's a
I'm
furry. I don't know what they're
I'm
into.
expanding. I am literally saying.
No,
what
when you think of
fucking saying.
liberal, you think of some guy. You think of a hipster with like some clear frame glasses on,
No.
and like a Save the Planet beanie or some shit like that. That's why when I think of liberal, I think of either that or I think of
Liberty.
the fucking, what was the chick that got caught being racist at the freaking Central Park? Do you remember this?
No.
It was right before the George Floyd thing, which is why the George Floyd thing was such a big deal for everybody. Or no, it was right after or something like that. Anyways, so this dude walks up and he's filming because, of course, he wants evidence because he's going to go confront this lady on the fact, on the fact that her dog isn't on a leash or something like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So then she threatens that she'll call the cops, and then she does and says, there's a black man here and I'm in fear of my life. Says the exact words that every black person hears and they go, oh, shit. Like immediately. And that's what I'm saying. We can't do that as white people. No. That's not, like, you should go to jail for that shit.
Yeah.
That's, to me, that's attempted murder. Because you know what that sentence means. And that's one of those cases where she's like, well, I didn't do anything wrong. I was scared. It's like, no, you fucking know what you was doing. Stop bullshit.
Yeah.
That is who I envision when I see a liberal cuck. Female version is her. Male version is a hipster dude that's just like,
bro, like, all right, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what Bill Burr said. The guys that just act feminist for pussy.
that's fucking, it's sad, bro. It's sad to watch. It's only sad to watch because we used to make fun of those kids in high school. The kids who would legit agree with everything just because they wanted to get pussy.
You're right. Men suck. Men are the worst. I'm so sorry for being a man.
I know.
Kill.
Let's be women.
Okay.
Let's transition right now. What's up, bitches?
Hi.
That was the most annoying.
All right, we're
Jesus.
transitioning back. Sorry.
Okay.
I can't do it. I need my penis.
I don't have much anyway, but
Well,
stick
you
with
already
it.
got the long hair, so you're already halfway there.
Shit. All right.
See, but I'm saying in that aspect, don't take this the wrong way.
God damn it. You're going to say
But
something.
your look right now, if you did transition, it would be a lot easier for me.
I'd be ugly, man.
Of
I
course you'd be, but I'm saying
enough
to
of a
call you a
man
girl,
face.
if you were wearing makeup and you had a dress on, you got the long hair, like I said, you put some effort into it,
Yeah.
then I would be like, yeah, that's a she. But it's like I said, I've said this on the podcast, and we may get canceled for this. But if you don't put the effort in, I may mess up your pronouns, and you can't be mad at me for that because you ain't doing the work. Like those fucking girls,
That's
or
bold.
those theys or thems, or I don't know what they are, so I'm not gonna assume their pronouns now.
Shit.
They came into Classic, and I called them ma'am or miss or something along those lines, and they're like, "It's actually sir," and I'm like, no, it's not." I'm like, "You still have long hair. You got your titties showing. No, I'm sorry, no, it's not happening."
Ew.
That's what I mean, though. Like, if you're gonna be a girl that wants to be a man, tie the titties down. Like young M.A., perfect example. And she doesn't even want to be a man. What are you looking at? And she doesn't even want to be a man. She's just a dyke, and she accepts it. So she tapes her titties down. She acts like a dude. She wears jeans, t-shirts. She dresses like a dude.
Yeah.
She gets her hair braided like a dude. If she transitioned today, I'd be like, "Oh, cool, bet," because there would be no change. It would just be like, "Oh,
You're me. Hold on.
instead of young M.A., now it's young H.A. or some shit like that,
Yeah.
or young M.A.N.
Something, mate. Yeah,
What's
like
up, young man?
Yo, Will I am M8. What's up, Will?
Bro. Yeah. So, like I said, it's just sad. Everything's sad in this world. Why does the world have to be so sad? Why do you think?
I don't know.
And how do you think that we stay positive in such a sad world?
It's what makes us so darn cute. We're so lovable. Optimism makes the world go round.
You know, I was actually thinking about this.
I think the positive vibes people, like people who subscribe to that kind of thinking, have it right, but I think they have it wrong in a certain area. Because you're talking about vibes, but I think the positive, because to me, every interaction with any other human is all about respect, right? And to me, the old saying is, respect isn't given, it's earned, right? To me, yes and no. to me, respect is always a moving dial based on that person's actions.
Right.
Or how that person reacts to you. Right. And what I'm saying is, I think that also ties into your mood. So when you're in a happy mood, you're more willing to just respect everyone and just be a happy person. But then if you're in a shitty mood and you're a pessimist and you're like, fuck everything, you know what I mean?
Right.
Then, now I do that because it's funny to me. I don't actually believe some of these things. It's just hilarious to me. But, that, you know what I mean? Like, so that's where I'm saying. And then the respect ties in, and that's when you get in situations, like when you meet somebody or you're talking to somebody, based on how they react to you, you react to them. But then I feel like if they're here and you're up here, then you guys are going to meet in the middle. And then you'll meet in the fact of, you know, it's fine, whatever. Let's just agree to disagree.
Mutual respect, right?
Yeah. Mutual respect in the fact of, I don't agree with you on these things, but we can respect each other enough to not be stupid.
Be bitches.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then some people, though, like I said, some people, your respect meter because of past actions have already been dipped to medium. So now they're here. And so now you meet to here, where it's arguing and we're not violent. When you get all the way down, that's when it gets to violence. Because now you don't have respect for them at all. But if you're there, then you're arguing and you're bitching at each other all the time. And that's, you know.
Doesn't get you anywhere.
Yeah, it just gets you fucking miserable. So fuck it. That's what I'm saying. I think the good vibes people in that aspect, if you keep your mood high, then you can deal with a lot more bullshit. But
also,
I don't think it's just like good vibes,
pessimistic people are a bit more pragmatic. They look at things more.
Yeah, but that's the thing is if you come into it with, okay, like, all right, you can feel that way. It's fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you're in a good mood and you're like, I'm not going to let your fucking sad ass ruin my good mood.
Yeah.
Like, I'm good.
Chilling over here.
I'm just chilling, bro. I don't want to talk about about what's going on, but I kind of do, but I don't.
I think.
With me, at least.
Oh.
No, my situation, as far as skating and all that kind of shit. But, like, I do because I want to address it, but at the same time, I don't because I'm still in a position where I am feeling very disrespectful. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Like I said, that meter is already, like, down. And I don't want to make that mistake again of going off on somebody when I'm not level-headed about how I feel about them. You know what I mean?
It's a good skill to have.
So yeah, so if you want to know, go fuck yourself.
Eat shit.
Eat shit.
Dumb cunt.
Suck my balls.
They're right here for the taking.
Right there. All right, bro. What else should we talk about? I mean, we haven't really had any structure today.
Roe v. Wade.
I mean, we kind of did.
Did we? No.
But
I got into my first ever Facebook argument.
Nice.
And I'd like to say that I destroyed the fuck, but that's not.
But that's the thing. He may think the same thing.
Right. Yeah.
That's what politics is so hard about, because if you're so set in your beliefs that both of you guys think you won, and then you both look like idiots.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. So I haven't been publicly saying, I fucked this kid, because I know that maybe I didn't.
Maybe some people, like I said, you never know. Trust me, I've made that mistake before. Where you think you son somebody, and then all of a sudden, everybody starts coming with this article, and that article, and this article. And
it's
you're
like,
oh, fuck me.
I fucked up.
I done fucked up.
I don't know, because his sister later got involved the day after this kid already called it quits. And then me and this other girl, who was on my side, and then the dude's sister, we took the comment count to 60. And she eventually quit too.
Only
so
60?
I don't know. What?
Only 60? Bro, I had a post one time that got to 130 comments. And I was like, what are y'all doing? That's how I ended the comments. I was like, what are you guys doing with your lives that you can comment 130 times on one of my posts? Are you kidding me?
Man.
I'm like, will you losers just go and be in your hole and just stay there?
I think that's me, man, because I was commenting whole ass essays pretty much.
Oh, bro, I do the same thing, but it's only to a point.
Yeah.
I don't let it go. If we get into the 30, 40 range, no, we good. You can just have that. I'm not, because at that point, you're not, there's no conversation. It's just argument against argument,
back
against
and
argument,
forth,
against
back and
argument.
shit.
And it's just
Doesn't
like,
get
fuck
anywhere.
man. It's like, bro, if you, best way to end those, just say, listen, if you choose to believe that kind of fuck shit, that's fine. I'll let you. Go ahead.
But, you're
Like,
an idiot. You're a dumb shit.
because that's the thing is, if we are if reasonable-minded people are the ones who push the narrative. Like, if we can change that, life will be so much better.
Yeah.
Like, all around. Because then we look at both sides of the extremes like, you guys are fucking dumb. Get the fuck out of here. No one wants you anymore. You guys are old fucking news. Bye-bye.
Times are changing. Get
Times are
with
changing. Adios.
Dude, some people seem to not understand the concept that you can change your fucking views upon getting new information. This dumb shit's like, it's just crazy how 2 years ago you were disgusted by this kind of thing. I was like, yeah, I was a scumbag 9th grader that thought he was Republican, man. Shut the fuck up.
Well, at the same time, though, this is what this kid doesn't understand is you're only, and this is what a lot of people don't understand, especially when you get in arguments with younger kids.
I mean, not kids, but you know what I mean? Like 18, 19, whatever.
Exactly.
Their whole life, or even like 15, 16, because I think around 16 is when you start, once you get a car and you can go places, then you start to hang out with different people and then you get more points of view. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for those first 15 years, you only know what your parents have taught you. And that's why a lot of people are having the fight of, especially in the racist department, this is why the fight is, you need to change, and the fact of you need to be better about not doing racist shit so that your kids don't even think about it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like for me, my kids, if I even get a hint that they're starting to get a little racist, I'm gonna beat the dog shit out of them. Like, no, we're not doing this. I'm not gonna have you going to school and screaming the N-word in the middle class.
Get your fucking ass beat. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's gonna be.
That's what I'm saying. No, we're not doing it. And that's where I was saying is what a lot of people don't understand is, like I said, those first 16 years where you're judging me when I was 15 on shit that I said on what my parents thought, not what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't me.
Right.
Like now that you get information, you're like, oh wait, that is kind of fucked up. Why did they think that?
Case in point,
You know what I
me
mean?
and fucking basically every other Mormon leaving the church, or Exmo leaving the church.
And that's where I think the church gets a lot of slack that it doesn't need, because in all reality, every religion is this way. Bro.
Some religions have more faults than others.
But what I'm saying is but they have their own faults in each area.
Yeah.
The only difference is that the LDS church has different faults in pop culture and in society and what culture is now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, and once again, this is not a racism thing. This is just facts, right? If like, think about the Muslims, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's some fucked up shit that they do.
Yeah.
Same thing with, like with Christians, same thing. Catholics, same thing. I mean, I'm just saying, I've only seen a couple stories about LDS bishops and stuff doing stuff with kids, but we done seen hundreds of stories about Catholic priests doing shit with kids.
Right.
So it's like, who are you to point the finger? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that about you,
No,
but I'm just saying that's where I feel like some people give the church almost too much credit about this kind of shit when it's like, but they doing it too. What do you mean? Because Christians believe the same thing.
I think it's just different because it's people that are leaving their religion that are more focused and more frustrated towards that religion they left.
Well, and it's because they were forced to go in all reality. And that's where I'm saying my mom knows this now, but she didn't realize it until I was out of high school. Was the fact of you making me go made me hate the church because I never wanted to be there in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If you would have just, and this is what I told her one time, I said, if you would have just been if you would have been the picture of what you want a Mormon to look like, you know, you would have just lived those values and not forced me, I probably would have grown to love the church. But you forced me to go on days where I didn't want to go, on days where I felt like I couldn't walk. Like, because I would go skate for like 8 hours on a Saturday. Because I would skate from, sometimes I would do 12-hour days at Classic. We would get there at noon, and we would skate until midnight.
Yeah.
Right? So the next day, I can barely walk. And you're telling me I got to get up at 8 o'clock in the morning and get my best dress on, and I got to go sit in this freaking church pew listening to a bunch of old people talk that I don't care about? Like, that's what I mean. It's stuff like that makes you, and then you start to actually get your own opinion, and then you look back at what the church does, and you're like, oh, that's some fuck shit. I can't fuck with that.
It's just, it's a lot of frustration. Like, I believe this shit my whole life, and then...
Exactly. And that's why it's such a harsh turn when it happens.
Right.
It's because it's like, It's that same thing that I always talk about with clout chasers. The reason why people reject clout chasers so hard a lot of the times is because it's like, why did you feel the need to do that?
Yeah.
Like, you could have just been honest. Like you didn't have to do fuck shit. Like, you could have just been you, and people who fucked with you would have fucked with you.
And you wouldn't have.
You know what I mean?
Fraudulent. Dickhead.
Exactly. And then when it comes out that you're fraudulent, now everybody's pissed because they believed the lie.
Yeah.
Like, think about Tekashi. All of his people who were his fans thought he was really a gangster. They really thought he was a thug. And then he goes to court and snitches. And all of us are like, oh, you a posing ass bitch.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
I still can't believe he actually had fans. I think he's such a... Makes shit music.
Bro, I only liked one song. And it was because the production was crazy.
Yeah.
The production is crazy. And it's the only song that I feel like matches his flow. But his flow is just screaming.
He's got such an annoying voice.
It's like,
I'm back. You're mad. Shut the
I'm
fuck
like,
up.
will you shut the fuck up?
No one wants to hear it. Like,
It's like no
I'd
one
argue
wants
he's
to
worse
hear.
than Lil Pump with Gucci Gang.
No, because Lil Pump sounds like he's slow.
Good again, good again.
Good. Lil Pump looks like a crack baby that's actually got to grow.
Compared to 6ix9ine?
No,
What?
because Tekashi 6ix9ine, if he didn't have the tattoos and the weird hair, he would look normal. Lil Pump looks fucking weird.
No, not when he's normal.
Bro, he is like, what, 5'1"? Maybe?
That's
Motherfucker
it.
is a shrimp. I'm telling you, this was a crack baby that made it.
Well,
Most of them die in the hospital, but this one made it.
and 5'5". No.
Bro, ain't no way. That's a lie. I guarantee that's a lie. This motherfucker's so small.
I don't. Here's it saying 5'6", 5. Yeah, no, at least 5'6".
Like, he looks like a fucking alien.
Nah,
Bro,
just looks like a dude.
I think he looks weird. That's not racist at all.
That's not racist. No, that's not racist. I don't know.
What do you mean? He's black and Mexican. At least that's what he looks like.
Yeah, no, that's
So
not
if I'm
racist.
saying that looks weird to me, that would be slightly racist.
No, it fucking wouldn't.
Yes,
That's
it would.
No, you stupid shit.
Because
That's
think about it. If you think about it in the perspective of a racist, it's because white people look better. So if you look weird as any other color, then you're like saying, fuck you guys. You guys are ugly.
I want to
I'm
throw
hot.
a brick at your fucking head right now. You're like those exact same people that thinks it's racist to identify someone based upon their race. Fuck.
No, I definitely don't believe that.
Good, because fuck, I'd smack you.
Because who wants to take the time and try and describe someone with that much detail? I'm sorry. No. It's the, like, if somebody asked me, you know, if a black dude did something or was involved with something, somebody comes and asks me, who did it? I'd say, it's the black dude over there.
Yeah.
If it was an Asian dude, it's the Chinese Asian dude over there.
Did you see that Family Guy cutaway where it's like, yeah, I'm looking for this guy that wears like a gold chain and wears like tank top.
And then the white dude comes in.
Like,
That's what I mean. Like, no, we're not doing this.
no.
He's the white dude that tries to be black. That's how I get described. So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? That's all you got to say.
I'm
It's
so-
okay. That's the thing. This is why I hate the whole colorblind bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm colorblind.
But we just admit that we're diverse and we see color. It's
Or
fine,
how
man.
about we fucking embrace the fact that we're different colors?
I think
Like,
it's
I'm
beautiful.
sorry, Latino culture and black culture are totally different, but I love them all the same.
Right.
And even more, I love polyculture so fucking much, bro. They are such cool fucking people.
Tell me about it.
And that's what I'm saying. Why is it that why do we have to be the same? Fuck that. You know why? Colorblind people all see gray.
Yeah, man, that's boring. We want to be different. It's
Nah,
more fun
I
that way.
want to see life in color.
Exactly.
Like, fuck that.
It's just
Ugh. I hate people like that.
yeah, fucking. This is like the racist idea. Why would you want an entire planet of just white people,
Exactly.
And then have,
you
like,
sound more racist when you say you're
Exact-
colorblind.
unseasoned ass food? Whereas if we're just diverse, you have poly, you got Mexican. Mwah.
Even think about actual cultured white people like Italians.
Yeah.
Like,
Brilliant.
if
Good.
we're all gray and we're all just basic white people, you don't got no pastas. You don't have no
No, you don't got no pizza.
You're
You don't have nothing.
You're stuck with like fucking
You're stuck
funeral
with
potatoes
exactly. No,
and dry chicken
and meatloaf and shit like no. We good, bro. Y'all white people can keep that shit over there. I'm good on that.
Racist corner. We'll be thriving over here.
Well, actually, this is the thing though. The racists aren't the ones who cook bland food. I done been to a couple redneck barbecues and ooh, them boys can cook.
Jacob,
we gotta be honest though. That's what I'm saying.
don't compliment the racists.
This is the problem though. This is what the racists don't understand. And this is what is so annoying about it.
Yeah.
If you take a fucking second and stop hating on these motherfuckers, you realize you're the same fucking people. Like you act almost exactly the same.
Yeah.
Minus the racism. But even sometimes racism, because black people can be racist as fuck towards white people.
And
We gotta be honest about that.
This is gonna be an opinion
But I
that I
don't
get
care.
canceled for. This people don't think you can be racist towards white people.
No,
That's
I
what
don't
I'm
think.
saying.
I think it should be a different term. And it shouldn't be reverse racism, but I think it should be a different term. Because
So,
racism to me comes from a place of power, and minorities don't have power.
I just
That's
still
not the
think
thing.
it should be like accepted that
I think
you
it should
can
be hate speech. I think it should be part of the whole hate speech umbrella.
That if you're just prejudiced towards skin color, then I don't know.
Well, and that's what the actual definition of racism is,
Yeah.
but it's not really, because racism was,
Yeah.
That's the problem, is white people just have ran shit for a long time, and it's just, now it's time to go back. Because originally it was, Egypt, Africa. Africa was the place to be. And then that switched to London and Paris, and then that moved to the United States, and that's where white people have had control for a long time. It's time to give it up. I don't care.
Hand it over.
It's time. I think we've fucked up enough. Let's see what happens. Like, that's my thing. Why not take a chance? Who cares?
Real.
At this point, we're either going to continue fucking it up until the world ends by some kind of thing, whether it's global warming or fucking an asteroid or the earth just exploding. Who knows? Or the sun exploding and it just kills all of us instantly and we never know. Or, it's World War III and it's nuclear holocaust. Holocausts? I didn't say that. Apocalypse is what I meant to say. Nuclear apocalypse. And we all die within 5 minutes. Because no one's prepared for a bombing right now. This room might be okay.
Except for the redneck ass fucks that have bomb shelters in their backyards.
Bro, I lived 5 minutes away from a bunker colony in Montana.
Dude, you have
Legit,
no idea how
5-minute drive up into the mountains,
Yeah.
and there would be an access road that says "Do not enter." But we were Mormons, and we had to go get fast offerings, and so we had to go in there anyways because one of those people were Mormon.
One of my biggest
And it
irrational
was
fears is nuclear warfare.
Well, it's, the only reason why it's irrational is because, like, you don't know if it's happening. Like, in all reality, it could be happening right now. We wouldn't know. We're not, it's not like they're going to post it on the news. Breaking news, nukes have been sent. You wouldn't have enough time.
Oh, would you look at that? They dropped a nuke on Salt Lake.
Nice.
Let's
We'll be
prepare.
dead in 30 seconds. See you guys.
Later. Then Rollout out. Fucking hell.
That's what I mean. Like, that's why nukes are so scary, because you don't know when's going to happen.
Same thing with the sun. Like,
Yeah.
the sun is going to explode at some point.
Yeah, but we know that's still billions of years out.
But do we?
We do.
Do we though?
We do.
But do we?
Yes, Jacob, we fucking do.
There are meteorologists who can't tell you if it's going to rain or not.
And you think they're going to tell me if the sun's going to explode or not? Nah, I'm
Yeah.
not believing none of y'all.
Because we have about 1 billion other suns out there to study, and yes, we have the fucking research.
It doesn't matter. Everything is,
This is the thing. This is the whole concept of you could die tomorrow because everything is uncertain. Yes, we think that now, but the people in the world a 1,000 years ago thought that the world was flat. The most brilliant scientists thought that the world was flat.
Yeah.
And then they thought that the earth was the center and the sun was rotating around the earth.
All right. You're right.
That's what I'm saying.
You got a point.
Science changes.
You got
And
a
at that point, it's going to be too late if the sun just decides, hey, fuck you guys. Poof. Now we're all gone.
Yeah. Space is a big fear of mine. There's so much.
Well, and that's why I think we need to take the fear away from space. Think about if you could safely space travel and just chill, but you knew you could re-entry, all that kind of shit. You had the technology.
Star Wars.
Like, not even Star Wars. I think Star Trek is actually more feasible,
Never seen
the
Star
way
Trek.
they do it. But that's what I mean, like, how ships would land, you'd basically still have your colonies and all this, like, cities and stuff. But, like, you could just get in a ship and go into space, and it wouldn't be And that way, if a disaster is about to happen, hey, everybody, let's hop into spaceships. Let's go find another fucking planet.
Yeah.
Like,
We could do it the way the movie Don't Look Up did it. You seen that one yet?
I haven't
It's,
seen that
it's
one.
a Leonardo DiCaprio one. They just cryogenically froze themselves until their ships discovered a life-sustaining planet, and then
yeah, but I think. Well, and that's another thing. I mean, you've heard the dumb conspiracy theory, but it's kind of fun to play with about the fact that Mars was originally Earth,
yeah,
and then we've completely murdered
fucked it. Yeah,
Mars, and then Adam and Eve were the two that were sent in the pod to go to
I've heard
Earth.
that one, yeah.
It's like, you
And,
think about
and
it,
the
it
pod
sounds
was like the asteroid that took out the
exactly.
dinosaur. Yeah.
And then like it sounds ridiculous, and then you're like,
Wait a
but I
sec-
mean, maybe we weren't there. We don't know.
we have no clue.
And that's the thing is, they could have just rewrote history.
Oh my gosh, that's so crazy. And we'd have no. Yeah, the amount
wild,
of
bro.
history that we don't know.
We think we know,
Yeah,
but it was by their record, so we don't actually know.
we don't know we have no knowledge for sure how the Earth just came to be and all of that.
Exactly.
It's fascinating.
Big Bang sounds unlikely. Could have happened. We don't know.
Yeah.
God also sounds unlikely. Could have happened.
Good. Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of unexplained shit that would have to do with that. I mean, even that's the thing is, if you acknowledge the supernatural, you have to acknowledge a higher power
Yeah.
because they could not coexist. You'd have to have good and bad.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm saying I've seen wild supernatural shit, and so that's why I do believe there's God, and I believe that He'll keep me safe.
Good. I haven't seen shit supernatural. I've
Oh,
lived
bro,
a
I've
boring
seen-
life.
Oh, I've seen bad shit. I've seen funny shit too, but it was not funny at the time because it was fucking scary at the time.
I think that that's a good thing to talk about. Let's hear about that.
All right, let's hear some ghost stories.
Cool.
I'll just have nightmares tonight. It's fine. Anyways, I had nightmares after watching Insidious. I'm such a pussy when it comes to supernatural shit because it's happened to me and I don't like it.
It's scary, man.
You know what I mean?
Nah,
Like
yeah,
when you
pussy.
see stuff in movies and you're like, oh, that happened to me like last month. That's fucking dumb. I want to murder myself now.
I couldn't look into a dark room for a week after watching Lights Out. You're
Oh,
not a
bro,
pussy.
I couldn't do that after watching the fucking trailer.
It's fucked.
I
It's
never
still-
even went and
to
watched
this-
the movie. No, I'm not doing it.
To this day, the scariest movie I've
That's
ever
the
seen.
problem is-
I'm not ashamed to admit
That's
it.
the problem. As kids, what's the greatest fear you have? The
dark.
fucking dark.
The dark.
Now you make a movie where it brings up all my childhood
Like-
trauma, and now I'm like, every dark room, I'm like, there's a person in there, and they're gonna kill me.
I haven't when I was in Seattle on the very last day, we found out there was a sauna, and it was just this sketchy ass room with
Dark
these
fucking
bulbs
room.
that barely
Exactly.
worked, and it's just wood, and it smelled bad. And my friend left, so I was just sitting in there for a second, and the machine with the rock started making these creepy ass noises, like don't. I was like, nope, I'm out. I just
done.
dipped.
Nope, that's
I had
good,
enough.
bro.
Fuck that.
That's what I mean. Nope, we good. So, anyways, so I'll tell you two stories. One I can't tell because it really brings trauma back for me.
God damn.
But there's two that I can't tell you. One's funny, and one's ironically funny because it's stupid that it happened. But one, I woke up in the middle of the night, and I always had a futon growing up because I could never afford an actual mattress.
yeah.
Or if I did, it was one that was from DI and used, and I wasn't doing that. So I was sleeping on a futon, but of course, futon is lower to the ground, right? And so I was sleeping on my side, and I rolled over, and all I saw was this midget, dark shadow thing, just standing right there. Didn't have a face, it had a face, but it wasn't like smiling, wasn't frowning, wasn't doing nothing. It was just like doing this, just dead face, just chilling. Know what I do? Alrighty then. And I turned back over and went back to sleep. I was like, you are chilling. I'm good, bro. You want to cuddle up next to me? It's fine. It's fine. I don't care. Just don't wake me up again, okay? And then, okay, I'll tell you three, actually. Second one. Same room, same house, everything. My niece was still a toddler at the time. But for some reason, she always slept really well in my room. And I think that's because I used to babysit her when she was a baby. Baby. So she felt comfortable sleeping near me. Right. But I woke up one night and I saw what I can only describe as Abraham Lincoln without a beard and a top hat standing in the corner over her crib. And the next morning I was like, Ma, you got to get her out of my room. I said, nah. I said, they can come fuck with me, but if something happens to her, oh, I'm gonna have some spirit fighting up in here.
fuck are you gonna do, Jake?
I'm
What the
electric. I'm gonna go fucking full on Ghostbusters on these bitches.
Alright.
I'll figure out what the fuck I gotta do. Sage, holy water. I'll bring in priests, all that shit.
Good.
Fuck with me if you want to.
You're good.
God'll fuck you up.
You're good.
God's on my side with this one. And then third story.
Is this the traumatizing one?
No, this is
No.
the hilarious one.
Okay.
It's ironic, but it was stupid that I got scared by it. You know, in Insidious 3, have you ever seen Insidious 3?
Just the first two.
It might have actually been in the second one. It's when the wedding dress lady. It's when they actually like go after her.
She was sick. She was. Nah, I don't know which movie she did.
Yeah, it was the second movie because she popped out in the second movie, and then the third movie was about getting her out of the dude.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But then when they're in the dream world and she catches him and then like stares him down and starts slapping him. Do you remember that part in the second one? Anyways, this is the part that happened, right? I had a dream where I was in the exact same situation, except for I was in my room and this bitch was on top of me. And was holding me down and just slapping me and laughing at the same time. And of course, my fucking angry ass, even in a dream, was like, get the fuck off me. And that's what woke me up. I was like, what the fuck?
Jesus.
And I was like, oh, I'm gonna kill this bitch.
Where's she at?
Where you at, bitch?
Let's go.
Come in my mind again. I'll fuck you up.
Stupid whore. I've only
Think
had
I'm playing?
one instance of waking up in a pant and just from a scary dream.
It happens to me all the time.
Or when you get like I've had dreams after watching movies where I'm in the movie, but I'm like a throwaway character. So then they kill me, and that's how I wake up, right? So I had this dream one time where I was like a mobster, and I did something. I don't know what happened. And they threw me off a fucking building, and I didn't wake up until I hit the ground. I was like so pissed. I was like, brain, why wouldn't you wake me up as I'm falling? Why would you make me watch death? Literally, like I can tell people that I know what it's like to see yourself falling to the ground, and then it goes black.
You're prepped if you ever,
Yep.
you ever have a dark time.
I can just close my eyes and here we go.
Here goes nothing.
Here goes nothing.
Damn. When off podcast, can I hear about the?
Oh, but no, that's what I'm saying. It's too traumatic for me.
Damn.
It'll make me freak out down here.
Holy
It's
shit!
bad. It was when we were living in the basement apartment.
I don't even.
Let's just say, I'll just sum it up in the fact that I strongly believe that I saw Satan. Like, actually Satan. Yeah. So that's why I can't talk about it. But
No,
it just brings bad juju in the house, and this house is peaceful right now. So,
we love that. Yeah,
you know,
Yeah.
so I'm just
we
chilling.
got good vibes
Anyways,
here.
yeah. Let's talk more about fucking stupid scary movies. Like, can we talk about how I hate the fact that they're trying to make horror comedy now? Like, real horror comedy? Like, it's funny when fucking, like, Haunted House comes out. Like, with
Eddie
Marlon Wayans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or, like,
The
scary movie
Those are
franchise, right?
perfect.
Those are great, because it's like you're making fun of the scary shit.
Yeah, but those only work like early 2000. They have.
They can
their
work
run.
now. Think about, because that's what Haunted House was, because they basically tried to rebrand it. In Haunted House, they basically did Paranormal Activity, but the funny version. So, like, the wife is getting fucked by the ghost, and, like...
But that was in Scary Movie.
No, they brought it back in Haunted House. That's what I'm saying. Like, it was, like, that's where it was making fun of Paranormal Activity, because it was filming, like, how Paranormal Activity is filmed.
Yeah.
Right? It's all filming angles, but it's the same jokes. Right? It's fine. It's still funny to me. But anyways, that's what I mean. Like, that kind of shit, I'm all down for.
Mhm.
Like, 100%, yeah, that's dope. But this shit, like, have you seen this new show, Evil? Where it's, like, straight up, like, they're dealing with, like, exorcisms and demons and shit. And then one clip of the trailer would be like, well, I guess we should go in now. Like, the door opens by itself, and it's some dumb, corny-ass punchline. And I'm like, no, please, don't do this. Don't do this to me.
Fuck yes.
Because now everybody's going to start watching it, and then everybody's going to have something to say about Supernatural. And
I watched the 2006 remake of The Hills Have Eyes, and it's just
I'm good.
you don't like this stuff.
I don't watch scary movies. Fuck that. No, I won't do it. I would do it to try and get pussy back in the day, but now, absolutely not. There's not anything in the world. Actually, if you paid me $100,000, I would go do it. The last scary movie I watched was Sinister 2, and that's exactly why I cut it off. I'm like, if this is what y'all are coming out with now, nope, I'm good.
I remember
That shit
when
is
I watched that one.
fucked.
Like
That movie is fucked up.
5 minutes in, an entire family gets hung.
Oh my gosh, bro! It's like my nightmares coming to life.
Oh, the part where like the family gets drowned and they're just strapped to the
And then the
beach jet?
freaking no,
Like, dude.
no, I'm not even talking about that. Sinister 2, when the family that floods and they're all chained to something, and then the kid drops the electrical cord, and then you just see them all fucking doing this shit. And I'm like, yo, no, oh, hell no.
Yeah.
Or the one where he's got the fucking thing on and the rats are eating through his fucking chest.
How sick do you have to be to come up with
Bro,
this?
that was medieval times. That's the fucked up part.
No,
These are all old torture tactics.
I'm talking about the movie.
Oh, I know, but that's what I'm saying. That's where I had to cut it off. I'm like, if y'all are okay with making this kind of shit, it's just gonna keep going downhill from here, and I'm not doing it.
Oh, dude, that's not even. That's the tip of the iceberg.
I know, and that's why I cut it off.
Yeah.
I can't do it, bro, because I get like real fucking nightmares where I'm in these fucking movies
Yeah.
and dealing with these fucking creatures and shit, and I can't do it. I wake up and I'm fucking like sweating and shit. I'm like,
Last one I saw in theaters was this one called Men. Funny enough, and
oh yeah, I've seen trailers for that.
oh, you have to see the last 6 minutes of it.
Bro, no, I refuse to watch a horror movie that's titled Men.
Oh no,
It's
it's
such feminasty fucking bullshit.
me and my friend were laughing our asses off. It's not what you expect at all. It's just. Do you want me? You're never gonna see it.
No, I'm not gonna watch it, so you can tell me everything about it. Spoiler alert if you want to watch this, but
So the main villain, it's kind of like an entire, I guess, town of this exact same dude, and this girl rents an Airbnb from him, and near the end he goes, just fully embraces his
psychotic.
evil. Huh?
Goes psychotic.
Yeah.
At least that's what it looks like in the trailer.
Yeah, and he. Oh yeah, there's this one character who he is, where he's got like a bush for a face or whatever, and basically he goes into a crab walk, and I believe his ass or something or his back opens up, and he births another version of himself, and that keeps going for 6 minutes straight. So his birthed version births one, and they just die every time, and it keeps going. They come out of their mouth, butt.
Can I say something
vagina.
really fucked up?
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to be a part of this, but I would love to be in a control room watching this happen, of people on shrooms watching this movie, and just watching them just break down. Watching it. They're just like, what the fuck? Or people on fucking acid or some shit. Oh, it'd be so fucking funny. That needs to be more TV shows.
Yeah.
Just people on drugs.
Yeah.
Like, that's just free comedy. Might as well. If
I
they're going to
think
be
a
addicts
YouTube
anyways.
channel devoted to people on psychedelics watching various shit could
Just
take off
watching
so
trippy
well.
videos and just
Yeah.
watching them. Because that's the great thing about
Not even-
being around people who are on shrooms or acid, is you can just see their brain
Mhm.
trying to comprehend what's happening. Like
Yeah.
if you're watching some fuck shit, they're just like,
And it's not even just trippy videos. I'm talking like comedies,
Oh,
fucking
yeah,
kids movie, like animated movies, horror, all that. Oh, they'll give you just the
bro,
most.
that's what I mean. It's just like the React channel, just throwing some acid on that. Let's just see what happens.
Get some good stuff.
Throw in some shrooms on one episode. Just be like, we're gonna react to the most popular YouTube videos of all time. But here's the catch: you're gonna take
Here, take some DMT.
exactly. They're just watching it like, why is he dancing like that?
This is how I die.
Yeah. What do you think about? I've heard about this a lot. What is this ayahuasca shit? Do you know about this? It's like a crazy psychedelics that Native Americans used to use, I guess. But I guess it like makes you like see, like people have said that they've seen God. But I've also heard crackheads say the same thing. So I don't know. Maybe it's just who.
I think that's different though.
But I mean, it's who do you believe in all reality?
I think that's different. No, I don't. I think comparing Native Americans on their drugs to crackheads. saying
No, I
this
think
and-
Native Americans are really like that though.
Yeah.
I really believe like what they like show in movies and shit. I
Mhm.
really feel like it's like that.
Yeah.
Because this, like, and that's the thing. I only feel that way because I've been on reservations and I've been around them for longer periods of times, and it's like, oh yeah, I can feel what you guys are talking about. Like, it just feels different.
Right.
Like, it's wild, bro.
I bet.
It's just dope. I love it. Like, we used to play against a team that was on a reservation up in Montana. What was the fucking name? It was like Ronan or something like that. It was some weird name of a town. I don't know what it was. It was a cool place, but just interesting name. Anyways, we're playing them, but of course, because we're on the reservation, they don't do the national anthem.
Mm-hmm.
So they do a whole fucking thing, whole Native American, like, basically tribute national anthem for them.
Yeah.
And bro, it was some of the sickest shit I've ever seen in my life. And I'm like, that's what I mean in the fact of celebrating other people's cultures. Like, bro, Native Americans are fucking dope.
Right.
Same thing, black people, white people, okay, some of them. Brown people, Mexicans, Indians, even Muslims and shit. Like, there are things about their culture that is beautiful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's things that are about their culture that's fucked up. Same with every other fucking culture. That's what I mean. We all just got to realize nobody's perfect and stop trying to be. That's what is the biggest thing about that I hate about cancel culture is that you're expecting people to be perfect in these terms and what they say and all this kind of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like people are going to fuck up. People are going to grow. Like, we don't need to shun people because they make a mistake.
Yeah.
What we need to do is counsel them and say, bro, you fucked up on that. Let me show you why. And have them understand why it was a big deal. You know what I mean?
Instead of ruining.
Instead of just saying,
life.
fuck you, you don't deserve a career, you should die. You know what I mean? Like,
I can agree
like
with
what
that.
kind of, like, we would lock people up if they said that about normal people. Like, if you just saw a guy on the street that was running up to people and saying, you deserve to die. You're a bigot, you deserve to die. You'd be like, lock him up. He's going to murder people.
Yeah.
So why is it that we allow it online? That's my thing. Like,
yeah.
the people don't want to talk about the other side of the coin. Like, everybody wants to talk about the racist shit and, you know, the homophobic shit and all the bad shit that gets people canceled. But then on the other side of the token, these people who are canceling people are telling them that they don't deserve to live in some cases. And don't get me wrong, when it comes to pedophiles, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
But there's other situations that it's like, it's not.
You're
like,
just
they've
as
grown
bad as
from
the
that.
person that you're
Exactly.
upset with.
Exactly. Like the people who were defending Amber Heard in that whole, like, that's how I felt about them. Like, you don't understand, like, the things that you're trying to point and, like, put across, no one is taking it that way. They're all taking it in a conflict way, and you look stupid. Because we already have a fucked up image of them.
Mm-hmm.
So just shut the fuck up.
Quit while you're ahead.
That's the thing. Let everybody have their own opinion. Like, why is it that you or y'all think that you're the ones that decide what contents get posted? Like, fuck you. Who made you king of the fucking world? Fuck out of here. Like, not playing that game. Once again, you control what kind of content is on your page and what kind of content is for you. You can totally do that.
Don't come into my
But don't
shit.
come in, like, Ricky Gervais has one of the greatest jokes about cancel culture and the fact of, have you heard this?
I don't know.
When he talks about the guitar lessons? He
watched
says
two
cancel
episodes.
culture and going to someone's page who you don't even follow or you don't even watch
Yeah, it's like
is
look
like
at the flyer.
looking at a flyer
Yeah.
and saying, I don't want fucking guitar lessons.
Just
And then you take it and you call them. And they're like, hi, how can I help you? I don't want any fucking guitar lessons. And it's like, well, then don't fucking call.
They're not for you.
Exactly. That's what I mean.
No, he's so funny.
He's so wise, but he's such one of the, to me, him and Bill Burr are the same in different countries and different dialects and shit.
Yeah, they're the equivalents of
Like, Bill Burr calls out bullshit, and it's the funniest fucking thing. Same with, like, when Ricky Gervais went on freaking Oscars or Emmys or wherever that was, and started roasting people, and then he's like, I don't care. I don't care. All you can suck my dick. I don't care.
Yeah.
When he said the shit about Epstein, and everyone was like, woo.
He's like, I don't care.
And he's like, I don't care. He was your friend, not mine.
Yeah. Yeah. I just watched that video, man.
Bro, that's what I mean. That's me. That's my attitude. Like, I'm going to say wild shit just to watch your reaction. So if you come at me with like, oh, it's fucked up, I'm like, I'll get the fuck out of here,
Thanks
you
for the
pussy.
reaction.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's where I think Bill Burr is a master at it. And Schultz actually brought this up in a podcast that I was watching. He says Bill Burr sometimes wants the boo so that he can come over the top with another punchline. He's like, he'll take the little boo so that he can come with the next punchline. And Schultz does that too. Like, I showed this joke to Alicia about Juneteenth because he was talking about Juneteenth, and he's like, He's like, it was like one of the first years that I think it was 2020 when it first like became an actual federal holiday, right? And he's like, Juneteenth holiday, I don't know what that is. And he goes, yeah. So, it's the first year, so there's not a sale attached to it yet. But believe me, in 5 years, there will be a Juneteenth sale. There will be Juneteenth sales. And he's like, it'll be 3/5 off everything. And then he just looks like, ooh, everybody's like, whoa, right? And he goes, but then he comes back and he goes, except for the cotton swabs. You're paying extra for the cotton swabs. That's what I mean. You take the boo to get the punchline that makes everybody go, ah! You know what I mean? Because that's the real punchline is, no, you're paying extra for cotton swabs on Juneteenth. But you have to set it up with the most fucked up shit you can think of. So you say 3/5 of everything. And then that's the thing that I love about Schultz. And funny enough, his co-host on Flagrant is starting to pick it up now too. Because I just watched this joke that he was talking about the Roe v. Wade decision. I'll show you after we get done. And it's that shit-eating grin when you say something fucked up and you just look out at the crowd. You're like that you said something fucked up, but you're like, like you're like so happy to get the reaction that you actually wanted. You know what I mean? Because you know that you're gonna come over the top.
They just fall right into your trap.
Like that's what I'm gonna say this again. I love Jordy and Darian, and I loved when they were recording with us because that's how it was. We would set each other up so easily that it was like think even the spitting moment. Like that was off of Jordy saying a joke, us making fun of Jordy coming back and saying, well, some white people are really stupid. And then he looked at me and I looked at Darian and was like, did that shit, right? And then Darian laughed and spit everywhere and that created a great fucking moment. Yeah. Not for Jordy, but you know what I mean?
But for the show.
But that's what I mean. And that's where I'm saying I love those dudes. But that's, like I said, that's my favorite kind of comedy is when, especially when I'm showing it to someone, because they'll look at me like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And then the punchline will come and they're like, oh. It's like, I love listening to people laugh when they feel like they shouldn't because it's just so involuntary. So they just laugh and they're like, ooh, and they're just like, oh my gosh.
Trying to hold it in.
It's like watching somebody fall. It's the same kind of laughter. You shouldn't be laughing at them, but sometimes
it's funny, man.
Like, this is even worse. I saw this one video where the dude got hit by a car, flips completely in the air, lands on his feet, loses a shoe, and just like, hops up. I'm like, bro, what? What just happened? I'm like, he has to be on crack. There is no way that a normal person would be able to do that. Motherfucker just got flipped in the air. I'm talking, he was a good 8 feet in the air. Because his car was going like 40 miles an hour. So he hit him, and this dude just, lands on his feet. And then he's like, look, can I see? Okay, we good. Just keeps walking. I was like, what?
Oh, this guy's fucked.
But that's what I mean. That kind of comedy is the best to me.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Damn.
Anyways. So, well, anything else, man? No.
I'm sorry.
No, nothing. I think we're done, man. I think we're talked out right now. So, check back with us next week.
And there will be a next week.
There will always be a next week now. We pushing hard.
We got big stuff coming.
We might be coming out with 2 episodes a week. If we can get scheduling down. I mean, it's just us two. So
yeah, we should be able to.
But I actually did want to talk to you because, and you can totally veto this if you want to, but I kind of feel like we need to record during the day. Because I feel like we get through the day and we go through so much shit, and then we get to here and we're just like this, where we're just like, what do you want to fucking talk about, bro? Like, where I think if we were like middle of the day and we like energy was up,
okay,
I think we would be able to push the envelope a little bit more.
Yeah, I don't think that sounds too terrible.
Yeah, that's good.
So, cool.
Anyways, follow us. You know where it is. It'll be in the description if you don't. So, put in a little effort.
do your part.
Put in a little effort. Subscribe. Like the video. What did normal YouTubers say?
Yo, bro, welcome to the Low Gangs. Buy my merch. Fastest growing channel.
That's it. I'm done. I'm done. You come out with the outro. You can say it this time.
And we're oh wait, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Easton Smith.
You gotta say it in the mic.
Oh,
Nobody
fuck.
can hear.
Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Easton Smith Productions. Got big shit coming your way. You're gonna like it. You won't be disappointed. Anyway, we out right about now.